Good morning, y'all. What's up? What's up? So, I was listening to a sermon that was being preached by Pastor Keon Henderson. It was entitled Dealing with Difficult People. As he preached the sermon, he went on to explain that there are very few difficult people that we have in our lives that we did not allow into our lives. It's very few people that are difficult. These people are difficult people that are in our lives that we didn't allow these people into our lives ourselves. Okay, they didn't just stumble in there. You know what I'm saying? Did nobody force them in there? Pretty much, we invited these difficult people or that difficult person into our life. It should put you in a place where you should be reevaluating your decision making process. Okay, so he said that we need to be asking ourselves, what are the qualifications for allowing a person into our life? Okay, what are the qualifications? What is it that I'm saying is the standard, the guidelines, the do's and the don'ts for allowing somebody into my life? And for me, that is respect. That is respect. For me, respect is non-negotiable. Respect is non-negotiable. I'm saying this because I know, okay, when he said that there's very few difficult people that we have in our lives that we have not allowed into our lives ourselves, I know that I'm guilty of that. Okay, I know that I'm guilty of that. I know I done went back and I done picked up difficult people. I done went back and I done dialed and I done called back difficult people. People who I knew that were a sore spot, you know what I'm saying, that was causing some sort of issue in my life. I done went back. I done went back and I done picked them up. And if you're honest with yourself, you know that you done went back and you done picked up a difficult person. But again, like he said, this is where we must reevaluate our decision making process. This is where we must ask ourselves the question of what is the standard? What standard do I have? Or what qualifications does a person or do people need to meet in order for me to say, okay, I'll allow you into my space? And for me, again, like I said, that is respect. For me, respect is non-negotiable. Respect is non-negotiable. Now, I think back to a time when my mother, when I was a kid, my mother used to always make this statement. She used to always say, respect is due a dog. Respect is due a dog, okay? And so what I got from that as I got older is even a dog, even an animal, okay? Even your pet deserves some respect. Even your pet, just because, you know what I'm saying, I guess you the man or the woman or whoever in this house or whatever, and this animal, this pet has to rely upon you for all of its needs, you know what I'm saying, for all of its wants. Don't mean that you should disrespect your pet. That's the reason why they have things out here like animal cruelty and stuff like that. Because even a pet, even a dog is due respect. Example. One of my grandsons, he kept pushing all in my dog's face, all in Coco's face, just constantly pushing her in her face, constantly just rubbing and messing with her face. And so it was annoying her. And so she was kind of like snapping back at him. And he's saying like, Grandma, she keep on, she snapped back at me. And then my other grandkids, they saying, he keep on pushing her. You know what I'm saying? Pushing her all in her face. You know what I'm saying? Pushing her all on her nose. And so I ended up going up to him. And when I went up to him, I started doing him like this. And I was just rubbing my hand all over his face. And this and that. He looking at me like, why is you doing that? You know what I'm saying? Why are you rubbing me all in my face? I said, you like that? I asked him, I said, you like that? Is that okay with you? He was like, no. I said, that's not okay with her either. I said, that's not okay with her. I let him know. I said, although she may not be a human being like you, okay, although she may not be a person like you, I say she is still a living being. I say she's still a living being. I say that is her nose on her face. That is her mouth. Those are her eyes. I said that's her whole face. That is her face. And I said, and she don't feel like you constantly playing in it. Okay? Well, that's the same way I feel about respect. I don't feel like you constantly playing in my face. I don't feel like you constantly playing in my face. I'm somebody who, I'm an emotional person, y'all. I'm emotional. I'm a crybaby. I cry at the drop of a dime. Before that dime hit the floor, I'm gonna cry you a river. Okay, I can't help it. I am emotional. I'm very sensitive in that way. You know what I'm saying? My feelings are hurt pretty much easy, and I'm also a person that anger make me cry. If I get so mad, I get so ticked off. I'm so like. Tears will start flowing very easily, okay? But for some reason, for some strange reason, people seems to think that those tears mean that I'm weak. So they as they say, they mistake kindness for weakness. They mistake tears for punk. You know what I'm saying? And so when the tears start flowing, people, tend to certain people with, certain people that have these certain personalities, you know what I'm saying? I guess these disrespectful personalities, they start disrespecting. Because they seem to think that the tears mean that she's weak. Couldn't be further from the truth, y'all. Couldn't be further from the truth. I was talking to my daughter and I was telling her, I said that I realized that I'm one of these type of people that, like I said, I can, you be trying to hold yourself back. You're trying to hold yourself back for saying certain stuff. You're trying to hold yourself back for doing certain stuff. I'm one of those type of people that when I'm trying to hold myself back, like I said, I would start crying because it's like literally on the inside, like, like I'm shaking, y'all. I'm shaking like I'm getting nervous, like I'm trying to hold it in. Do you see what I'm saying? Because I'm like a pot that's boiling over that, hey, you better stop it. You better stop it. You better stop it. You better stop before it all come out. Do you see what I'm saying? Because respect is a non-negotiable thing for me. Okay, respect is non-negotiable. You ain't got to be all madly in love with me. You ain't got to be madly in love with me. You ain't even got to barely like me. But you got to respect me. You got to respect me. And we got to think about things like that. We got to think about, hey, what is your deal breaker? What is your thing? You saying, hey, wait a minute. Hold up, wait a minute. You don't went too far. You don't went too far. Hey, we may have to rethink this friendship. You know what I'm saying? We may have to step back from this relationship. We may have to cancel out this partnership because somebody seems to think that respect is a one-way street. Respect is not a one-way street. Respect is not a one-way street. Do you see what I'm saying? And being in a position or, being somebody who, like I said, who I am constantly finding myself in a place where people truly are or truly do mistake kindness for weakness. You know what I'm saying? They mistake my softness. You know what I'm saying? My one sister, she said to me one time before, she said, I don't pay no attention to anything when you cry because you cry all the time. So basically, my tears meant nothing. You know what I'm saying? I was highly offended by her making that statement because my tears are just as important as somebody that only cry once every 2 years. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if I cry. I don't care about cry every week. Okay? This is the person that God made me. This is the person that God made me. And I'm not going to allow someone to disrespect the type of person that I am. Should I have to stand around and explain to somebody why it is that I'm an emotional person? Should I have to allow people to disrespect me because I am an emotional person? Should I allow people to think that them being respected is on a higher level than what me being respected is? No, of course not. So again, back to the top, like Pastor Keon Henderson said, it's very few people that are in our lives. There's very few people that are in our lives that are difficult people that we did not allow into our lives. And we must We must reevaluate our decision making and ask ourselves, what is the qualification? What is the qualification that a person must meet in order for them to be in our lives? And the qualification that someone must meet to be in my life is you must respect me, okay? Because I'm not lying. No matter how much, I try to be, I'm a person that always try to be the bigger person, and people know that about me. I'm always trying to be the bigger person. I'm always trying to, turn the other cheek, to so to speak. Do you see what I'm saying? And I think that people have taken even that being a bigger person, they done took that to the extreme. But you gotta be the person who can take the largest amount of disrespect. I'm telling y'all, the answer is no. The answer is no, and the answer has to be no for you, okay? The answer is no. Respecting me is not an optional thing. Respecting me is not an optional thing, because the tears will dry up, my face will be straight. Do you see what I'm saying? My face will be straight. The being a bigger person, I guess I'll get a little small. I don't know what to say, because I'm a human being. But hey, if a person want to be disrespectful, baby, I'm trying to tell y'all, being disrespectful is not an option. So reevaluate your decision-making process. Okay, reevaluate your decision-making process. Reevaluate what your qualifications may be for, allowing people in your life, and figure out what that standard is, okay? But until then, I'm going to give you one of the standards that I have. Respect is not an option. It's a requirement.